Okay, so February 8th, distance healing. I know it's Valentine's Day, so I didn't have time. All right, you don't have to listen to this if you don't want to. February 8th was about, the healing was about removing the block to financial abundance, receiving money. Mine's worse than yours, but you also have put people in place to receive money, so you've handled this effectively. And remember what I always say about, doesn't mean that you're doing it badly, it just means you could be doing it better. So you may be great at receiving money, but you can't give away what you don't have. So the more you receive, the more you can do with. Okay. In clearing your back, we have sloppy boundaries with some people that we allow too much, and we let it go instead of changing how we deal with that person. So basically, this could be someone in our family, friends, close friends, or someone we've known for a long time, or maybe someone who does, a lot for you. We allow too much. Boundary-wise, we could have better boundaries, but nothing came up as far as how to deal with that. In the heart chakra, way more love for the self is needed to show others / give them permission to love self. Super important to have the world we want, everyone loving themselves tons. And I think this came up before, something like this. So again, it came up, or it was a different way. You can't be arrogant. It's not in the wiring. So, and this could be more for me than you, but so if anyone's ever accused you of being arrogant, or if you've ever worried about being arrogant, or if anything like that about arrogance, it's just not in the wiring. So if that does come up, or maybe it will come up at some point, it's not true. It'll never be true. It cannot be true. It's not in there. It's impossible. Okay. You just have fun, capital F-U-N, with yourself, which might look like arrogance to someone who feels they are unlovable. I'm not saying this right. Okay, so then I said, I'm not saying this right. And then they gave me these words. We need more mature hearts. So these finger quote things, when I do that, I actually intuitively got those words. So when I do that, that means these are the words they gave me, these exact words. Okay. We need more mature hearts that just do it, like love like sages, like a sage, like an ultra wise person. This is the way. No, gently and lovingly, like this. Like we know that we know. No one can make us feel like we are something other than sage. So the concept of sage is, okay, I'm gonna turn my phone off. My friends get into like a text frenzy. The concept of sage is really important here because they want us to get that it's like the sage knows that they know, and there's a healthy confidence about it, and it's just like they don't waste time wondering if they're good teachers or if they really get it. They just know they get it. They know that they know, and then they're able to just impart that wisdom, however it happens, to other people by gently and lovingly, not like that, like this, no, like this. So with that sage energy, it's just easy, and I didn't go over one of the last healings I did on you, but it was mostly about like asking everything to be easier for us. Let it be easier to do what we're doing. The big picture, the big, what we're doing. You through music and me through meditation and healing. let it be easier. Please let it be easier. Let it be easier. And so then here's the response: is the mature heart. Come from the mature heart. Be the mature heart. Sage, love teachers. Like, we know the way it is, or we know how it is. Right now, we aren't filling that role. We are immaturely doing what we do well, but not as powerfully and as maturely, and that's underlined, as we need to move into. We need to understand that by bringing more energy into the power of the way we feel love. I'm going to say it again. So this maturity, mature heart, we need to understand that by bringing more energy into the power of the way we feel love. So those are capital and underlined. The way, it's capitalized and underlined. We feel, capitalized and underlined, love. Because most people don't feel it, / aren't able to feel, underlined, it to the same level as we do. So we need to bring more energy into the power of the way we feel love, because most people don't feel it / aren't able to feel it to the same level as we do. This experience happened for us in childhood, definitely for me, but I think you too. When we were in nature, definitely me, probably you too, alone, or at least in our own worlds completely in our own worlds. We were able to access, and for me it happened more than once. There's a powerful, quiet space of love which was safe, and at the time I and we, when it happened to you, were present. Like our eyes were really open to that moment, those moments, if it happened more than once. So we knew and trusted from a young age that that exists. Anyway, the maturity thing needs to come now, capital letters. The maturity thing needs to happen now, where we realize, capital letters, that many other people either never had that experience or realize that, sorry, my writing is so bad, where we realize that many other people either never had that experience of that deep trust in that love. It was not from our parents, capital letters. It was more like a universal, life is beautiful, I am loved, like by everything. Loved by angels, fairies, nature, God, the universe, all the plants and the trees type of thing. Like a complete, like a pure, powerful, grounded love. Not like what even the best parents on earth could ever even give. And that experience and that may correspond to that dark depth that we found in you, where you feel safe and grounded. It's like that power. It's like you internalized it in that darkness that you have inside. That's like, it's like pure. It's like pure dirt. It's like, I was a gardener for a long time, and like when we created a garden, we get this load of humus and this black dirt, and it was like, oh, it was just so incredible. And that's like your that darkness in you that's like pure, and you can trust it, and it just feels good. It feels clean, clear. So that experience may correspond to that dark depth where you feel safe, grounded. It's sort of like you renew yourself in there. It's like sort of like you renew yourself in that, and you can, if you meditate down in there, and then you come out and you're like more you're as much you as possible. Okay. So that's how the experience for you of feeling loved and feeling like, oh wow. And I don't think it was like a long thing. It was just a very short moment there that we just felt complete trust and love. And it was like, for you, I think it internalized as that darkness. And for me, it was light and angels. I could feel them. I could hear them. And so for me, it was like more like light and angels and looking up. And I had I don't know if I told you, my mom, we had to go to church when I was little. Well, I was forced to go to church when I was little, and every Sunday, it was like 40 below one Sunday, and I was forced to wear this stupid dress and these stupid tights and these stupid Mary Jane's, and I was freezing. It was like 40 below. It felt like it. I know, probably wasn't even 4 below, something like that. But I said something about all my stupid clothes and how cold I was and how stupid it was to have to do what we were doing. I was pretty little, and my mom said that whatever I said was blasphemous, and I said, "What's blasphemous?" And she said, "It's against God." And I was like, "God thinks I'm hilarious." And I knew, like, I'm all right, I'm fine. And anyway, if we stand in that energy of the mature heart, sage teacher of love energy, so standing in that energy of the mature heart, sage teacher love, people will be able to understand at a deeper level what we get, not just by giving it to them as the experience through music or guided meditations and healings, just by being that love, as if we just remember what it felt like as a kid. And as soon as we remember, we be that. So we just be it. And then other people can feel it and then learn it through feeling. So I would say trying is not doing. And I've heard trying is the same as expecting failure. But it's more like, not that we're trying, but that we're giving right now when we need to just be being what we are. Just being that big love. Just being it. And then it's easier for us. It's more fun for us. And then people will internalize through feeling it. So it's like stop giving almost. Like do more being. So it should be easier. We should be moving into the mature heart where everything gets easier and easier and easier. Even though we're doing what we're doing and it's good, we can do it easier with no effort, no trying, just being, capital B, capital E, being, just being that deep, complete love, and people will feel loved and accepted by us and our mature hearts, like we felt loved and accepted by nature. Then more can experience it through domino effect. I had this woman tell me that I had to play with guru energy. And that's an actual quote from an actual human being. So anyway, guru energy. I was like, oh, that doesn't sound fun at all. I don't want to do that. And what I learned when I meditated with that and all that was I was getting frustrated with people for their hate and them not realizing that they're actually hateful. Until I realized that if I see myself as average, and then all these people are hateful, and then I think I'm average and they're all hateful, then I think the world sucks more. Like my perception is that the world sucks more because all these people are so hateful, everybody's so hateful. But if I see that my ability to love is actually not average, so if I say, okay, well, the average is here and then my ability to love is higher. So that's the guru energy, seeing whatever as higher. Then you can have more compassion for all the people who are at a lower level. So like my mom had an insane amount of common sense. It was like crazy. And if I had understood this concept when she was alive, I could have explained to her, like, and I tried to, but anyway, her level of common sense was just not found. It was just not common. And so to her, she was like constantly scratching her head and constantly confounded by regular people because everybody fell short because they were normal. My mom was not normal. My mom was like way up here with the common sense. And then if she knew that, she could understand, like, these people aren't falling short. They're normal. They're average. So in understanding, like, your guru energy, you're going to be able to have much more compassion. And again, I'm not saying that you don't have compassion, because I'm sure that you do, because I've energetically visited your heart. So I know that you have compassion, but again, it's like, there can be more. You can have more. And so that's all this is. So it's just about playing and understanding about the guru energy, that you're a higher level of loving and being love and other things we could talk if you ever want to, but you may not even be watching this, so I don't know how much energy you want to put in. Okay. By playing with that guru energy stuff, you raise the bar and you go, okay, well, I'm above average. So then you have more compassion. And again, you have tons and tons and tons of compassion, I'm sure, but you can have more if you understand this guru energy concept and you play with this guru energy. And people are gurus of different things. So my mom had common sense. I'm more loving, I think, than a normal person. All right. And, okay, I don't want to say that. Okay. In being that love, capital B, capital E, in being that love, deep love, and acceptance, think of yourself as a teacher for people, not a giver of love / acceptance / attention. So all these people want your attention. And I think to a large degree I've tried to stay out of your way because I don't want you to think that I'm just trying to get your attention. And I don't want you to think that I don't want to be in your life. I do. I love you tons and tons. But I see these people like wanting your attention so much. So instead of giving people attention, giving people love, giving acceptance, and providing it, like giving it, you're just going to focus more and more. It's the same message, it's just different in being that love, deep love, and acceptance. And then by being that, considering yourself, thinking of yourself as a teacher for people. Think of yourself as a sage, guru, teacher of what it is, not feels like. What it is, capital underline, to be, capital underline, pure, deep love and acceptance. Okay, so think of yourself as a teacher for people, not a giver of love, acceptance, attention. Think of yourself as a sage, guru, teacher of what it is, not feels like, what it is to be pure, deep love and acceptance. Then your focus stays on your own being and no energy goes out to giving, which turns into enabling. Not at the level that we're doing it. We're not enabling people yet, but it can. Once you become aware of giving rather than being for yourself, and then raising your own vibration and allowing people to like learn energetically that way. Once you become aware of I'm giving, even like the tiniest degree, there's enabling in that. So the best way to do what we want to do, which is what we're already doing, but the best way to do it is to do it in a way that serves us to the highest level, because that's going to raise our vibration to the highest degree possible, and then other people feel that, and then they get it for themselves. So we're not giving, we're not, it's hard for you. We could talk if you ever want to, because I know you've had little tiny issues with things that I've said before, and then in talking about it, we pick it apart. But I think you need to ask a question if you really want to pick that apart. Okay. So enabling. In your being it, you empower them by energetically teaching them to do it for themselves so they can practice it and give it to themselves and be it to teach others when you're not around. And then I said, great job with the back cords. Remember the last healing, there was all these people wanting you to like them, and they corded in through the back, and I thought I was going to have to do it over again because you were like going all around, and I went in there and there was like nothing. And I don't know if it's a function of your schedule or what you're doing, and it may be completely unintentional, but I thought it would be really bad after the last healing, and there was nothing there. So whatever you did, if you took advice or if you listened to your own guides, either way, keep that up. That freaking works. In fact, I said, teach me what you did. Let me in on that secret. Okay, and then I think there's some stuff for me. I don't think you have this, but in the heart there was some energy of resistance, wanting to run away into the woods, camping. But I think that's me. And if you ever want to do a meditation sometime, we could go into your heart so I could show you your own heart It's huge and pure and amazing. And also, in the same meditation, it wouldn't take long. Well, probably 30 minutes. Also, practice being love so that you can learn it from that perspective. Okay. Love you. Have a great day.